All right, so we're going to start off now then on cornucopia. And just a quick review for those people who are doing or are on it right now. You collect all the coins in each meadow. Use the flags to move between each meadows. And press submit when you're ready to go to place a flag. All right, so you're going to be adding some lines of code using this method. Pick up flag, flag. All right, so that's a yes or no kind of thing. So here we go. So variable flag, this flag is true. If flag, pick up the flag, else automatically move to the nearest items. All right, and then you find the nearest item and you pick them up. All right, that's basically what's going on here. All right, great. Now, all right, you're using these. So basically, I should say, can you spot? I don't know. Can you spot where really? What I should be saying here is, what does this code do? And where do you go to pick up the flag? You know, where do you go to pick up things? All right. So what does this code do? Let me rewrite this. All right, what does this code do? Well, draw out the flag. Very good. Whatever we put this flag, you move to it. And you pick up that flag, for example. In this case, if you find the flag, I should say you pick it up. And then otherwise, if you're not going to find the flag, you're moving to the nearest item, and which will cause you to pick it up. And once you find this item, if item, in other words, if we find something and we assign it to a variable item, then it says, hey, get the position of the item's position. There's the X position of the item, there's the Y position of the item, and then move to there. So wherever the item is, you're going to go ahead and move there. Once you move there, you pick it up. So here are your variables. Find a flag. If flag, pick up the flag. Else, automatically move to the nearest item so you can pick up all these things. All right? Raise your hand once you've done it. Riley, can you even access this, or are you too far behind? Let me know, Riley. All right, then. I'm going to put this PDF, and you can follow that. Plus, I've already posted the recorded webinar of this, okay? I'm going to go ahead, let Nico finish this, and then we'll go on to 16. I'm going to upload the PDF for everybody. So give me one moment. All right. If you go up there, you're going to find it. All right. So you can just go back and look at this code and work your way through it when you get stuck. All right. Now, and drop the flag. You're going to get your hammer, start building things. Put the flags where you want to build traps. When you're not building traps, pick up the coins. So, you know, where to find the X and Y where you need to place a fire trap. What does this section do? I think by now you should have a pretty good idea. Find the flag. If not, and then we're going to have to get the FX or the FY, so the X and Y coordinates from the flag's position. Here's how we get it from the items. And this is where you get it from the flag. Flag position. Find the flag position, X and Y, build your fire traps, and then pick up the flag. Okay? So this gives you a way of players playing your game can literally get interactive. All right? Well, let's go ahead and get started on this. Raise your hand. We'll put everybody's hands down once you have this. Okay, so go ahead and re-equip your longsword. Go back and spend some of those gems you've got. You're going to need the new armor now. All right? So you'll go back and you want to have a level at least 400. Now, this is going to allow you to check multiple conditions. And if you think about it, it's first find the flag, then make sure you find an enemy so no enemy can get you. And then if there's no enemies or you've killed the enemies, if there are enemies, you slay them. Otherwise, if there are no enemies, go get the items. All right? So if there's a flag, pick up the flag. If no flag, but there's an enemy, cleave if possible. If not, attack. If no flag and no enemy, but there's an item, go to XY locations of the item. All right? And it looks something like this. Now I'm going to go back up again and let you come back in. Go ahead and work on this. See how much of this you can do without looking at the code. Remember, I've got it on Edmodo. You can download code to review. I've got some PDFs there. Okay, well done, guys. Let's go on there. So it should look something like this. Again, pick up the flag. If there's flag, pick it up. Else, enemy. If you're ready to cleave, cleave it. Else, attack the enemy. No enemy to attack. No flag, no enemy. Then go down and get the item. Siege of Stonehold. Make sure it's grade is the armor as much as possible on this one. Well, you don't need the Fire Opal Sandstone to win. I'd suggest you go ahead and grab that bad boy. All right. You get these upper levels. It really does do a better job of giving you a sense of these online games. All right, there we go. All right, Fire Opal Sandstone allows you to access different values within the game, kind of like the sensing blocks in Scratch. Helpful for FL statements, so you can kind of get a sense of maximum health, targets, all those things. All right, so, how many health points does the hero have left? There it is, current value. All right. So the goal is simply to fight and stay alive. I always like that. We will use FL statements to make decisions. You'll need a great equipment strategy to win. Flags might help, but it's up to you to be creative. All right. So this is an important part of programming, folks. Sitting out with a sheet of paper and planning it. I can't stress this enough. In our makerspace, when I was active in the local makerspace, there'd be some kind of programming event going on or project where you need programming. And a lot of people would sit down right to the computer and start writing code. And the really top flight programmers that were really amazing folks, they didn't do anything. They got out a book, usually a sheet of paper, maybe take some notes, look at the code they were doing, drink a coffee, sit and think, start making notes, start writing stuff out. And then like 20, 30 minutes later, get out their computer. And they would finish before everybody else then. Because they would plan it too. They'd think about it. Where everybody else would write code and then they have to redo it and they didn't think about it. So it's a hard habit to get, but really the top players do. When attack the enemy, pick up a place flag, cleave an enemy, go to healers for health. So there's all those things we need to do. But we got to put them in correct order. What's the most important? Attack the enemy, pick up a flag, cleave the enemy, go to healers for health. So you really need to think about that. Go for health. If you're dead, you're not doing anything else, right? Then pick up a place flag. Then cleave the enemy. Finally attack the enemy. So if we're going to healers for health, it has to say if health too low, go to XY. XY of where the healer is. Then go to pick a flag exists, go to the flag. If there is an enemy, cleave it. Cleave when it's ready to cleave. All right, cleave. When ready, cleave. I'm going to go ahead and change that a little bit. Attack the enemy if the enemy's not ready. If enemy and the cleave's not ready. All right. All right, cleave not ready. Cleave. Let's do it this way. Cleave is ready. Is ready. Cleave. Say it that way. All right. Within an else if sequence, else ifs are only executed if the previous else if condition has been false. All right, folks. So to get to the final one, all the other ones have to be false in front of it. As soon as one's true, it skips all the other else if conditions. If none are true and else in the sequence, the else code block runs. So you have a kind of a collector. You put an else statement is if everything you think is going to happen, but Lord, somehow it doesn't work out the way, then you want that else statement. So, all right, so you have if false, line A and B. Else if false, line C. Else if true, line D. Else, line E, line 5. So if this one's false and this one's false, this one will happen. If this one's true, none of these will happen. If this one's true, none of the below will happen. As soon as one if else condition true, all below are skipped. Yeah, and just because one's false or true, it's in a loop, so it's going to go back in and keep rechecking. As soon as this one's true at the top, it skips all the others down there. See, none of these are true, so you go down to the else statement. That one right here. So again, we're going to go to a healer, we're going to pick up a flag, cleave an enemy, attack the enemy. And so this is when you write this down, you have to sit down, well, what functions would I need to do to go find the healer? That's what you on a sheet of paper can do to kind of remember what's going on. So, all right, look at this. Flag, find the flag. Enemy, find the nearest enemy. If this health, your health, is less than 601, move to 1969. Else if flag, then pick the flag up. Else if enemy, if this is ready to cleave, cleave the enemy. Else if attack enemy. All right? All right. Go ahead, see if you can get that rolling, folks. I'll give you a few minutes. It's going to take a little bit of time. We're now in the Sahara Desert. We are going to, like I say, start working this. This first one is when a yak gets close, you got to dodge 4 yaks. Move 10 meters right to dodge. Dodge 4 yaks to complete the level. Once you find a yak that's less than 10 meters away, move. So get your position and move it by 10. All right? And move the position. Okay? All right. Again, you're going to use that stone, the fire opal sandstone, to sense, your location. All right? So here's my position, but then where I am, I'm going to add 10 to it. Here's my Y position. Now I'm going to move to that new position. And find the nearest enemy. Again, he's a yak. We're going to make the yak the enemies. And then once the distance of the yak is less than 10, change that position. And remember, here's, moving right along that x-axis. So if you would, go ahead and make it work it. Raise your hand once you get it. Oh, let me show you my screen. Oh, no. Oh, someone else has it right there. All right, so again, there it is. I say you're going to add 10 to that position. There it is right there. There it is there. Let me know when you get it, guys. Raise your hand once you have them. So Nicholas, let me know once you've got it, buddy. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right. Move right to reach the oasis, but move left to avoid nearby yaks. You know, and the same thing. Again, you find your yak as the enemy, and then you add or subtract 10 off of that. So that one's pretty straightforward. Notice the AND operator on this. If enemy and the distance is less than 10. All right. Notice that we're using the AND function on this. And so there are no conditions that follow Boolean logic to evaluate true or false, but you can and or not. All right? And these get in a table. So that's 7. That's an and operator, an or operator, a not operator. So true and true equals true. True and false is false. False and true is false. False and false is false. Is a perfect example of that. Whoops. Over here. Okay, now, true or true is true, true or false is true, false or true is true, false and false is false. That's why people do tables, because it'll mess you kind of think. If false true equals false, the same as false, false false is the same thing as true, the not operator. And that's why you'll see people use tables with that, because it can get, it can get to be a pain trying to remember, oh, wait a minute. All right. All right. This might seem like the simplest thing. Define X for each situation and move. However, this is not the best solution. And this is where I think this can get to be pretty clever. Reminder, by subtracting 10 from your X position, you're moving left along that axis. Get the variable before the loop right there, X and Y. And so it'll start right off there. So then move X, wherever that position is. Find the nearest enemy. If there's an enemy and it's this nest is less than 10, then subtract from 10 from X. Otherwise, move X by 10. This will just circle around much faster. All right? the plus equal means add the following to the current value. Plus minus equals means subtract from the current value. So that's why we did what we did. That's what that plus equal, that's what the minus equal does. Whoops. So there you are. Let me know once you got it. Okay. Let's see if we get into one more here. Because I'd like to see you guys duel down the road. Alright, so goals: your hero must survive, get to the oasis, defeat the ogre scouts. Get to the oasis, watch out for new enemies, ogre scouts. Go up and right by adding to your current X and Y position. Attack any animal you see or keep moving up and to your right. Alright, so X is plus 10, Y is plus 10. Alright. You know, find the nearest enemy, get ready to cleave his rear end. If not, attack him. And if there is no enemy, move left and right. Use that and operator. Alright. If there's an enemy, and cleave him. Alright. Let's try to go do that one. I'm going to see if you can do that one, folks. Let me know when you raise your hands once you have it. Okay, Nico's on it. Nicholas, let me know. All right. All right. Let's try another one here. Good job. All right. Thunder hooves. Okay. Goals to get to the oasis. All right. Fencing out paths with yaks on them as you go. Again, you're going to find your nearest enemy, and then you're going to need to figure out how to build fences to get around it and then get over to it. All right, so it's kind of a combination going on there. So there's the fence. You know, this is kind of same equivalent. They just got to think about your X and Y locations, and you're setting the yaks locations on this. All right, so that's what you're trying to do. Okay. Now, okay, folks, remember, we've got a break of webinars for 2 weeks here. It would be great if we could get you all during this break to work your way through this so we could do some dueling. Okay? But we have then the month of April, half of May, April and May, and then we're kind of finishing up after that point. So I would really encourage you, if you do enjoy this, go ahead. If you really so hard set more on Code Academy, by all means do it. I really don't care which one, as long as you kind of learn doing this. All right, and this will be help us in a little while down when we get into Unity Game Engine. Okay. Any questions? Riley, how far did you get? If you would let me know how far you got, Riley. Yes, basic dueling. All right, so you've already gotten to basic dueling. So wait a minute, Riley, I thought you hadn't done these. How did you get to basic dueling without doing any of the code? That's the idea. Just I didn't realize you were doing it without learning this other code behind it. And then I really am surprised that you prefer Code Academy over that, because I don't know, I thought that was just cool, but I'm glad to hear this. I need other people's opinions behind mine, because clearly I'm making assumptions that are not true. All right, well, folks, it's about that time. Again, take a little bit of a break here. We'll send plenty of notes out on it. Make sure you've sent me your checker if you haven't done that. All right? We have 4 printers working right now. The Polar software is still not working properly yet. The printer works fine. It's just Once the hardware, I should say, works fine. Once they get this cloud software going, oh man, we're cooking with gas. Okay, everybody. Riley, Nico, take care. It's funny how I get different people that come to these at different times every time. Okay, well, take care now. Bye-bye, all. You're welcome. Thank you. Nico, if I can help in any way, let me know on things.